Hello, hello. Good time of day, everyone. So, today instead of making a sprite model, I think I'm just going to do some standard sprite animation. Though, can't be certain I'll turn into a sprite model by the end of this. It's just what I am. So, without further ado, let's get off the scuff screen. Here I am. It's a little extra bouncy today, but to give an idea of... Yeah, the mouth never works. Anyways, give a little idea of what I'm working on. Let's just slowly zoom out. The AntiAchi. The orange Mimyoi. And we don't have an avocado for the last girl. Sarah. I can never say it right. I'm always afraid to say it wrong. Sella. It is Sella. Okay. But let me just look up an avocado real quick. So I'm basically, well, you see on screen what I'm going for. There's a little bit of a joke, a meme, if you will, with the AntiAchi that has slowly gone across things. So anyway, avocado for... Did I take one that's cut off? I did. Okay, 1 second. I just need to make sure I have a good form for the alligator pear. I have to say it's a better name than avocado. Nope. Control-C does not work on my computer. You'd think as a programmer, it would. There we go. Alligator pear. So, just to lay out what I'm going to be trying to do... I can't remember the name of the walk. The meme walk. I know it when I see it. It's the old... Was that done in Russia? I'm not sure. God, I can't remember it. The one I remember mostly from is... Sorry. You know, you have the guy and the exaggerated swagger, where it's like, because he's huge and top heavy, though he's supposed... Every other, as I heard it, every other depiction of him has him as this mousy little guy who can't do anything. But this is the only one that goes off the books, seemingly correctly, where he's just an absolute chatterthing. And walking, you have like the two other guys that are like leaned over backwards. It's that one. It was popular for a while. But it's a good basis, and if I could actually look it up... Livy? Is it Livy? I thought it started with a G. Yep. Live and say. Okay. I can work with this. This is all I need. Thank you very much. Dr. Livingston walk. Yep. So who I'm going to put where, I'll have to figure out. I'm thinking an AntiAchi there. The orange. Because, well, I mean, like, look at those arms. And, well, that is vaguely avocado-shaped to begin with. But anyway, quick figuring out. So the pear has to be yellow, but I still have to make sure it looks like Achi. And Achi is very much red character. So probably going to have to put the twin tails in there. I have a ref somewhere. I think it's a ref that YouTube won't like. But we'll see in a second. Her papa, well, you get all the facts. It's technically safe for work. I say technically. She's wearing a very small bikini. Okay. I should have everyone refed. I think they posted them all. Oop. Mimyoi, I think I should have you in here. Do I not? Oh no. I would think I would. Okay, back to the Zwitters. Mimyoi. I might have it in a different folder. I'm, you know, oh so organized. I have Sella. Oh, wait. I know. 1 second. I know where she keeps it. In the Discords. There is a reference. Okay, it's not that one. Oh no, it's not in there either. Everything's falling apart. I'll get something to work. And our da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I feel like this has happened before. Let me just search your Twitter for a second. Okay, if I just hit media, because she should be posting her own stuff, because I think she draws. No. Not sure if she rigs most everybody, or she rigs Achi. I don't know if she does her own drawing the model anymore. At some point she did. Otherwise I'm just going to... Well, we have this one. This one will be good enough. Because we aren't doing her new one, which is reference. Anyways, back to here. Drop. I'll save it this time. I say as I don't save it. Okay, where's Sella? There's Sella. Okay. Sorry for the delay. But how I'm going to have to do this, because it's pretty much only going to be head, so this still has to be recognizable. I think I'm going to have twin tails, that's the thing, but I think I could do a little bit of, let me just put it to my standard palette, aka the standard palette. Don't hit save, don't hit save. Basically have, you know, it comes out here, and then there's little holes for that, for the pair. Well, that'd be yellow. I think I will, instead of having it be at the bottom, like it is done here, possibly have it a little more towards the middle or top, because, well, I could keep it very silly. Like, you know. Oh, you can actually expand. I didn't know you could zoom in and out on this. Huh. Anyway. No, you could have it very silly. And just go like that. I mean, Mimyoi is basically the same thing, though her head is a little higher. Okay. Very. Okay. Now to the one we don't have, but who looks like an avocado to begin with, and with the Dr. Livingston here. Probably this one. So, let's just think a little bit. I'm going to have to... I'll be working in pixels, but this is just to block in what shapes I'm going for. So, Bear G up here. Actually, the pear works quite well for this one, even if her head is down here. Oop, there we go. You know, leg back here, leg up here. Don't know what his arms are doing. Probably just have him, you know, go like that. And have her face here. Twin tails come off the side. Looks a little funky, but it's supposed to be silly anyways. Mimyoi. Think about all that. We got the big arms sway back and forth. I can do that in about 3 frames. And an avocado back here. Our alligator pear. About goes up with this. Now, to do a 3-frame walk with this might be a little interesting. I'm probably going to have this at a very small size. 24 high might be the maximum. I might go to 36 just so I can get a little extra on the avocado back there, but yeah. Okay. Actually, I didn't quite figure out. Mimyoi's head face goes here. We practically have what we need to do for that. We need to have the little hair buns come out. As I said, bikini. And then even more showing off a bikini. I don't think I've ever seen her put her hood up. I don't know if that was just a concept or if it's actually part of the model rigging. Very long story on her model rigging. Anyways. So do we follow Achi's and have it down here? I mean, Sella is very tall. So I think we might want to put it up here. This is a little boring, but I have to get my battle plan into there or else everything falls apart. And then everybody has the walk. The same sort of walk. Though the orange will have all the swagger. Okay, let's just see. We put the face like down here. Besides Among Us, it it doesn't work. I think I want to keep her as the tallest. It also works in, you know, this. Okay. I think we have a battle plan. So I said about 36 high, and if we're keeping it about Nest Sprite characters, they'd be about 16 across, so we're having 3 of them. I want to give myself a little bit of breathing room, so let's say 8 pixels between them. Maybe we squish them together, and then we take that and put it into another scene. I don't know what I'll do. Maybe make them bigger because, you know, make the sprites chunky and then have a background scroll behind them. Or, you know, just make it bigger and use a little slice, and I'll fake like some level tiling and have it go every 2 pixels a frame. Anyway, so 16 times 3, which should be 16 times 4 because I want to have 8 pixels between them, and we get this. I'm going to throw up the grid. I'm going to keep it at 8 so I can actually do things. And I think I hit something wrong. What did I say? 16 times 4. Oh, I think 24 high. Or 36. Let's start at 24. If I have to expand this, I have to expand this. So that's generally a sprite size. Okay. 8. There we go. So just to start off with, we will have Achi, our fox, and our avocado. Sell. Let's get into nest territory. It's where I live. Do I like that gradient? There we go. Okay. It's a good color for a peach, or I mean for a pear. And we might have, let's make it a little too large. Achi is a little vertically challenged, shall we say. We like that. It's cute. I think she even recently said her job, she's paid to be cute, so keep with it. Okay. Let me just see if there's a better color that says pear more. This just says orange isn't going to work. That makes it something else. Look at reference. Actually, let's move this all the way back down. Maybe if I shade it a little bit, it'll look nice. I'm not going to keep to sprite palette. I am going to keep to nest sprite size because gotta have some limitations, or else I'm going to be here all day fussing over anti-aliasing ideas and other things. Okay. Get an orange in here. It's going to be about up here. Gotta give it a little room to wiggle on each side and have the arms come out. So, about this big. And I think if I have like the fist come out this way, in order to show, you know, big arm, like, you know, big arm going back, and then on the switch, it goes like this, and we see a little bit of elbow, everything will be hunky-dory. Okay, what's a nice avocado color? Okay, get over here, you alligator pear. Deep green. Oh, this. Wait, that's not the right sprite. That's not the right one. There we go. Actually, fun trick. I'm going to undo this very quickly, but this is the cheapest way to cheat with trying to get your colors to match something with a palette. You can just index to your palette, and therefore the closest color will become color. Every pixel will try to figure out where it fits on the palette, even if it doesn't fit on the palette. Be useful for some effects, so it's saying that green is kind of the middle one, then it goes into weird colors because it doesn't have anything that matches, and then, you know, blues and such, and there's probably some yellows. Yeah, there's the yellows. Lumpy Touch actually uses this a lot for some of his work because it adds some weirdness to it. But anyways, we have our what did I have it by? Hue? Oh yeah, it's indexed. So when I change all this, it changes everything on there. That's interesting. Okay. We'll just say it's going with, this is, I think is the right green. Oh. Actually, as I said, it was indexed. So, we index this again. take the color, we unindex it. Oh, not carrying over. Okay, I tried. But I think it's, what are you? 56,109. What are you? That's a little too right. 56,109. I was spot on. Okay, anyways, go back. There we go. Well, this one has to come off a little skinny in order to fit the Livingston walk. Get this to come over as well. Boom. I mean, also to make this tall, we can put the legs a little more down there. But overall, this is just a silly little thing that I'm working with. Does she have a butt? Can't... Well... Do I work that in? Not sure. I want to at least be a little flattering. Okay, gotta figure out how to keep this round. Same problem with the pear, but the pear I could have be a little... like this, but this is supposed to be tall and skinny as character. There goes my voice. Okay. Yeah, I think I have to cut that down a little bit. Or at least just merge it up. The avocado does not have the pear shape. The avocado's actually kind of strange. I say avocado pear. I don't know what dialect that comes from, but I find it hilarious. It's more of standard berry than what pear is doing. Because avocados are berries. It's very strange. Okay. Does that read avocado? No, I don't think it does. Putting a stem in AntiAchi will read pear very easily, because I just go like, haha. Stem. That reads squash or pear. This reads green. Avocado. Let's look that up just... I know there's a bit of stem. Like, the real thing on avocados is that you look at the giant pit inside. I mean, I could do that. So, if we take the kind of off-green yellow flesh... and then we put a face here instead of the seed. Maybe it works. It keeps her from being tall, but it reads better. And you know, avocado, its whole gimmick pretty much is that... oh look, giant seed in middle. So let's cut this down. Because now it's sliced open. Doing a little too much work. And then we put her face here. I think that works. Okay, speaking of faces, Mimyoi right at the top. AntiAchi, let's go down a color, or go a little more darker. What can I use? Can I use this? That's too orange. Let's, luminosity. So we have this. Then next good one. It's a little too... I want more tan. I might have to go for this. I want tan, not all that. Okay, anyways, we have... Whoops, that's Mimyoi's. Okay. Excuse me one second, I need to down a little bit of drink. Also, what might make this go better is that the cut goes back. Whoops. Did I move? No, I didn't. Go like this. Okay. Now let's start with Achi because I've worked on her more. 9 hours. Twin tails might be a little... Twin drills, really. Might be a little interesting to work. So they get big quickly. And then do the drill. Or curls. I don't think I'll get to properly show that, but I can hint at it. So something like that. And then for her normal hair, cut to the one side. We won't be this is kind of going to be 3/4 view, because it kind of is for him and him. He's the only one that's off. So let's get the side locks like this. Don't have him touch that. Side locks over there. And we won't be getting much because we don't have the room. But that should read enough. We do have to get her little totally not tongue of an idea. That totally isn't snake tongue. And since I love the little... Well, I don't know if I'll be able to get the room on it. Does that read? I think that might read. Anyways. Color eyes. I think she's red eyes because it's pretty much red all the way down. I might have to use a pink... Well, I'll use the pink shade just so I can differentiate. So we have this. Or this. I think that works. Okay. Quick one on that. Let's go to Mimyoi. Just trying to get this all down so I can see how it all works together. Let's drag your reference. Actually, I can just use the orange. Orange is high res enough. Sadly, her hair is orange, so I have to be a little tricky. Which means I have to find a different orange to use for her hair or for the body. I think I'll use the darker orange for the body, the lighter orange for the hair so it'll stand out. Otherwise, I'd have to put a bunch of lines on this, and I am desperate for anything. I'd have to add outlines, which not going to work. I'm desperate for actual space on these pixels. Okay. I'm going to draw as this, then go to that bright blue. This is going to look partially behind that one. Give it a little depth. And then we have the little balls of hair. Okay, now we can do a nice electric blue because this is Nest palette. Take like that. Good enough. I think good enough. That's all we're going to get out of this is good enough. So then we have this. This is the inside of it, so we go like this to show that. Maybe expand it more. Okay, I think she has blue eyes, but not the electric blue. She has the dark blue ones, so let's go with this. Same sort of thing with Achi. Boop. No, actually I can make it more like that. Maybe I find it different. Okay, that orange works. Okay, for Sella has black hair. She has the inner lining though, which I don't think I'll be able to reflect too much. But a very dark green, olive even. I have to emphasize the hair vents on this. Got a bit of the hime cut. We got the hair pieces, which I always forget. I think if we do this, and then have this come down, but then we do the inner hair, which is that very bright, almost electric green. Okay, you could say it's electric green. I think I can do this. Might not come off because that's too close in value, but I don't think going... I think it'll work in this case. I wouldn't do it at proper, maybe? And she has... Oh yeah, she has that fade. She goes from like a darker to a yellow. An orange, or red, orange, yellow. We'll keep it at a... I think I have to say red. There we go. Let me save for a second. I don't trust it sharing my entire hard drive, so 1 second. Scuff, return. Storage. Okay, actual art. We will call this Releum fruit salad. Sure. Releum fruit salad. Which is why, you know, I had the fine art. No? Or fine art for the thumb. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to make a group because I'm probably going to end up doing some ugly in middle of stuff changes. Achi group. What I mean by that is, like, I'm going to draw arms and then I'm going to have to delete them for some frames, and I'm going to make them in other ones too. Mimyoi group. That C is the thing that makes me unable to pronounce it. Sella group. I'm still probably pronouncing it wrong. Now, the real question is, do I go with sticks? Okay, let me just see. Let's start off with this. If I go with stick legs, let's do that to start so I can figure out how they're all going to walk. And then I will improve from there, because, as I said, I want to do this in a 3-frame cycle. The Metro... Okay. When I say 3-frame cycle, most NES games have a 3-frame walk cycle. Like, you can have 2. Dragon Quest has 2. Dragon Quest has... It just swaps between, it flips like the bottom half of the sprite. Games like Super Metroid have like a... You know what? I can go get them. Or not Super Metroid, the original Metroid. Super Metroid probably has a lot more, because Super Metroid went ham on animation. NES Metroid sprites. So I'm going to bring that up real quick. Boop, boop. Okay. So, you have your standard animation, but then you have these as the 3. Super Metroid has a little bit of subpixel animation, which means it's absolutely insane. But yeah, this is the actual walk animation. This is standing, it's its own thing, but all walk animation is actually 3 sprites. Because they're the same color, the brain does not realize it's just replaying the same 3, and it turns it into 6. So I'm going to mark what looks like the front leg, and then this could be the front leg, and then this could be the front leg, and then it goes back to this, so therefore the front leg is in the back. Now the front leg is up here, and now the front leg is down here. Because there's no way to differentiate which is the front or back leg. The brain will fill in and say like, oh, it's cycling in a way that makes sense. And that's the standard 3-frame trick. You can get complex and actually make the back leg. Mario 3 might do that. That's probably closer to what I'm going to be working with. NES Sprite Mario 3. Mario 3 is a late game one, so they figured out all the stuff. Tanuki. Have you ever seen a Tanuki? Or even a video of a Tanuki? Oh, they have a lot. Okay. I think these are the slide, yeah, I can't get it off this one. Might be a little hard to try to figure this out. Oh yeah, they did this. So this is that. They worked the middle one as part of the walk animation. So it does this, it goes to this, and I'm in an animation program. 1 second. And this is 24 by 24? No, it's 32 by 24. Or 24, or 24 by 32. Okay, and then, nope, I don't want to close that. I misclicked. And then you have this one. I can select right. Basically, the tail is the last bit of, is another sprite entirely if I were to estimate how they did this. Anyway, so they have this. Nope, not a new frame. I wanted to make a tag, and then select these. 120. 20 maybe? Either way. So this is a walk cycle. Look at that. So they managed to work. They have a lot of. This is probably what I want to have for Mimyoi, where you have the hand in the back that comes back and forth and moves around. Because that's a lot of big movement, powerful, round orange, big arms. But yeah, just 3 frames. And because you can't tell what leg is the front leg and what leg is the back leg, because you could just like kind of go like, this could be the left leg, this could be the right leg. You could see the twist in there. It's kind of inferring that this is the right leg and this is the left leg, but you don't see it when the animation is going. You see the guy running. Z Mario running. Anyways, back to this. But the Livingston walk is very different. Anyways, back here. Let's add leg test. And you know, while I'm out there, Super Mario, or the Super Metroid sprite sheet. I'll be surprised if they have a 3-frame walk in this. It's good. I don't think Ace Sprite is going to like me in a second. This says pain. I said they went ham. Yeah. This is extravagance in sprite form. Just, you have the back leg and the front leg because of the highlighting. So at the very basics, they'd have to have 6 for that. But there's more than 6 because they have a bunch of tweens between them. They probably actually had runners, film strips of like runners, and they worked off that. That's common. I don't think there's any difference between left and right. Oh, there is, because of the gun. The gun arm. Oh. Truly. Work. And then you had all the aiming directions. I'm pretty sure they sliced off the bottom and blitted that before they blitted the top, so that they can not bother with having to, you know, multiply everything. Do we have the breathing idle animation? Because I remember that being a thing. Yeah. So you can see some pixels shift. I'm going to have to really look for it. There's some moving down here. So this is an idle. This is using sub-pixel animation because the silhouette is exactly the same between all these. But in order to make it look like there's something going on, you have to shift the pixels around as if lighting is changing, but the silhouette isn't changing, so no major moves have happened. It is the most subtle and painful type of animation to do with pixels. Because you really have to have your stuff together. Or it looks like, you know, just stuff is flashing all over for no reason. But yeah, this is just absurd. But Samus is, you know, the main character. You're going to be seeing it every screen, every action. You got to put more work on your hero designs than your background designs. And most enemies are background designs. Anyways, enough harming Ace Sprite with big image. Ace Sprite no like big image. Okay, let's get back to figuring out how to do this walk. So let's start here. So we have a leg going back. Not this much back, because that's a lot. Like this. And this one is going like this. Now begins pain animation. So I would say then this one has to go like this. This one is going to come in, and we're going to hit the swap. Where we get a leg right here, and then we get one slightly off. Not that far off, slightly off. Okay, let's see how terrible I did. I will be adding, like, you know, a bit more to it. She might not even get arms. Maybe I put them under there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But here we are. Okay, 120 I went with before. What's 24 milliseconds? 24 FPS to milliseconds. Because that is standard TV footage. Yep, I get the formula. Just give me the number. 41? Okay. I think that might be a little fast, though. Let's do it to see how bad it is. Yeah, really fast. Okay, let's go with the 16 frames per second to milliseconds. Yep, okay. Okay, give me 32 so I can half it. Okay, let's just go with 16. No, that'd be too fast. This needs to be slower. 30 is 33. 16 would be 60. Okay. 66. I think that should be fine. A little too much. Okay, 120 it is. Okay, I'm not quite loving this. Let's make it even slower so I can actually feel why I don't love this. 240. There's no crossover. That's one thing. Legs need to be closer. This is the furthest out. This is what I was saying was crossover. So let's bring this leg over. See if that makes it better. A little better. I think I may need to increase speed to actually get the illusion of what I'm going for. So 120 again. I think part of the problem is the fully extended leg is really fully extended, but that's whole part of this. Oh, we went up there. I put a little bit of this. Let's see. Looking at about 400. This may be too far apart, actually. Let's have this one move in one. Have this one move. Yeah, I think it's just too far apart. And it just breaks a little bit of illusion. Now it's just kind of mushing. It doesn't have that oomph. So I do think the front leg has to be more out in the first frame at the very least. It might be fine, it might not be fine. I mean, you can tell it's moving. That is half the battle. So, I think that will have to be the only foot because it kind of just adds too much to it. Now it's doing a weird wiggle, so yeah, we have to get rid of that. If I was really highly animating this, I mean, like, Achi would, Okay, so this is lake fully out. That's one thing. If I was smart, I would have put this on its own layer. Move this over one. Oop. Oop. And copy that again. Yeah, this needs to disappear. Otherwise, the rotation doesn't take. Keep that there. Adds to it, it's a little jerky. I don't know if I want to go full 3 frames. I mean, why not? So, I'm going to draw the pair just by itself after this, because it's painful. Okay, move on over. Okay, and then cut off all this, move you over. How do you look? It certainly has an effect, but I think it's too fast. Uh, 150. Okay, I think I'm down to something. Getting stuff off the legs and onto the rest of it does help a lot. Now, we just need to figure out how the rest of the fruit rotates. So if we say that this is like middle, then this is fading back. So we cut off pixel. We move this one up. We move this over. And then in this one, we cut off pixel. And this goes like this. Oh, wait. 1 second. Ping pong. We want, this is a reversible one because we need to use that middle twice. Oh wait, no, I ping pong, not reverse. When I say reversible, I mean I want to go back and forth. There we go. But does it look like it's moving, or do I need to have... That looks like it's rotating around. Go back to the sprites. Yeah, it needs to go in the first one. I'm overthinking it, so I need to change a little bit of this. Because it's jumping from here to here. Which kind of does work. I mean, like, it's really moving. So maybe I might have to sacrifice a little bit of this rotation on the top because it's too jarring. Yeah, if we keep this part right here. Might have to just keep it there the whole way. The only one that I can keep it like I can really change it is the middle one. Because the middle one is shared by the other two frames, so like right here, maybe I can just go full cutesy and like have it like pop up. Nah, not feeling it. Or basically, I get to change it at one frame. I don't get to change it every one. And this might be the one to do it. You know what? Let's put it exactly on the back. Okay. Think we're cooking now. So now that this turns, maybe we can add one more. Nope, now it's strobing. Thought number 2. Copy. Delete. That kind of works. A little violent, but I mean, it's Achi. Okay, I think that's good. Let's actually figure out how the legs should work. And I think they're just going to, well, what is her... Well, anime... Oh no, she actually doesn't have thigh highs. How rare. Okay. So let's just go skin. Boop, boop. We're going to thicken it up a bit. I can't put snake boots on. Wish I could get a proper copper sort of hand look. She goes with the darker skin. And I'd like to keep that, but I may not have the palette for it. I mean, like, technically, what's... Oops. Please. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that's why. So the choice is this or this. Which is dark, or this is lighter. This is darker. but somehow it doesn't look tanned. It looks... Whoops. The only other option is like this, but that doesn't work. If we're going like a lot darker, that could work, but I don't have that. Frustrating. So I almost think that this is less pale than the rest of that. I mean, I could just cheat. I probably should. You know what? Let's cheat. So we have this. Let's drop its saturation down to 80 and 76. There we go. I am happy. Doesn't fit a Nest palette, but I don't need to. Anyway, back to her legs. And this is where it gets tricky. Because this is a mess of what is going on here. Which is part of the point. If I were doing a full, you know, on animation of stuff, I'd probably want to differentiate the front from the back, but that adds a lot more sprites, and I'm keeping it simple. Yep, back leg doesn't feel like it's doing a lot. Let's merge you into the confusion. Actually, all the confusion. Not sure. If I get this at 30 frames per second, what does it feel like? How sonic does it feel? Okay. I think that was 60 frames. This is 30. A little too much. 120. Thing with Mario. Middle. Fully. Am I just not going hard enough and that's what's causing it to be weird? Or is it because I am not starting at base? I also am lacking any sort of pushing back. Oops, wrong button. Looks like it's backwards. We have this. If I reverse this, does it look better? Yeah, it does. Okay. So I guess I am just living here. Okay, make that forward. I think it helps, and I won't get the full Livingston. Maybe for Mimyoi I will. So... And once again, I forgot Scylla's hair stuff. Okay, let's get over here. Let's find... Okay, gold will be good enough, so let's go with this. And we just need to go like that. And need to put the hint of it over... Whoops. The hint of it over there. Cute. Okay. Now let's give the orange some legs. Why they're chicken legs? I don't remember the deep lore reason. So this is going to be at its fullest of moves. So she might actually need to have a little bit more on here. She has shorter legs, for obvious reasons. Okay, so we have that. Now we have moving in for the swap. And this one's going to be about 50-50. And then we have swap where they're sitting on top of each other. I need to fix this. It's going to drive me nuts. Copy. Pasta. Pasta. Huma huma. Can I find a gift? Just I want a little bit more of the Livingston walk. Yeah, it is a full rotate of the shoulders for him. The rest of them are pretty static, and they have a bob. Not going to try and import this in, but I'm going to be looking at it. Okay. So, I think I mean more oomph. Oh, and I closed the thing as I always do. Nope, I don't want to look at that. That's not a GIF. I had it and I let it go away. Doing a standard 8, but it's doing it at a lot more frames, which I don't have. when I say it, I'm saying an 8. So you have your middle point here. You have something travel down here, and you go back. It's like an infinity symbol. It's like what Sonic does. But it's a very simple way to make... you have one frame here, you have one frame here, one frame here, one frame here. And then you just have mirroring. So it's a 4-frame walk cycle, while I have a... I'm going with 3 because that's what Nintendo early games did. Later ones could do whatever the heck they want, but NES was very much no. You don't have the room. The last one, the butt comes out for that, so I might have to give her a butt. Anyways, I have to make do well enough, and half of this is going to be coming from Mimyoi stuff. I think this middle one is going to be the one I push forward a little bit. I said I was just going to draw them, have the fruit be its own layer, but anyways. So that one comes forward. And we get right there. And keep the blue eyes. Otherwise, we need to have arms. The arms are going to really push this through. Arms. Arm test. This one is fully back. Like so. Then we get the arm coming out a little bit like this. Then we have arm going forward. The other arm is hidden. Then we have arm go a little back and down, because we have to respect the other part of the cycle. Okay. So for this cycle, I have to think of triangles for this. Arm is back. Arm is forward. Arm is back. So do we want arm to like come up here and do like a pump or something? Or what? Also, I think the fruit needs to come back forward. Pixel. Helps if I'm on the right thing. That's not the right color. A lot of this is indeed making it up as I go along. That's just how it goes at times. There we go. I think it's a little too flaily for the top, for the back arm, so I'm going to have it go down here. The Livingston one, his arms go all the way across, but that has to be 6. Actually, 1, 2. Yeah. I need to have 4 frames at a minimum, because the arm has to go all the way forward and all the way back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then reset. The best I get is the triangle and the thing moving, so but I'll live. Anyway, let's start beefing these muscles. These arms up. Okay. Looks about big enough. Legs should be below arms. And for hands, I'm going to have like that little bit down there. This is so silly, but it was, oh wait, that was legs. Crap. I hate when I do this. Well, legs are still in test, so it doesn't really matter. I haven't ruined anything yet. Boop. Boop. Okay. This has dropped down. Might be a little much there. I don't like the staircasing. Let's bring it up one. And back arm hand is represented like so. Okay, let's see that. Back, middle, down. So this one goes forward. I don't like the way that retreats. I think I might just take it, go over here, place it, move it over like 2, call it a day. A very silly walk. Okay, good enough. Now skinny chicken legs, I don't know if I'll go full chicken on them. But I'll make them exceptionally skinny. In fact, I'll just use the black, because I was. Actually, I should do the shade down. Let's use this so it doesn't, you know. If I was doing this sanely... Oh, is that part of the orange? Oh, that's part of this still. Oop. It's the orange. Orange is fixed. That was not the right thing. There we go. Okay, do we want to give her, like, the floating ears? I think she has some on this one, and I like being a correct model. Let's give her her floating yellow ear, or yellow cyber ears. Boop. And then this one, that can be up one. They do weird floaty things because they're cyber ears. As Cyber Fox. There's deep lore I do not know. Now I'm just going to think of that Aviator song. Because I love my Bloodborne inspired songs. There we go. It's poppy. You see stuff, you have detail, you fake detail, If you know what you're looking at, you know what you're looking at. Now let's look at, or let's work on the avocado. I think we need to give her more of a butt, though. There we go. Butt. Avocado butt. Boop. Boop. So, looking at the GIF, which you cannot see, he's more of an up and down motion. So, middle frame, he goes down one. So with that in mind, leg test. They're not really tests because I'm using them in the final product. So with that in mind, he kind of has to be like this. Actually, I think that... Yeah. This will have to be the first frame. I mean, the whole point of this is that they all have kind of silly walk. Okay. Somehow this is working for me. I'm not sure why or how. What are your shoes like, Stella? I mean, they're going to be schoolgirl shoes. Okay. So let's go for a nice little... This works. This works as the... I forget what they're called. The loafers. Generic anime schoolgirl loafers. Well, actually, you have thigh highs. Can I go with this? No, not black enough. I want it to be a... I mean, I could just go black. No colors anymore. Just want them painted black. Okay, let's move this one back one, though. I could go with a gray. We'll play with that in a second, but... Oh, no. Wrong layer. Mistakes were made. Oh no, mistakes weren't made. Yeah, see how that works? Now, can I move her head up a little bit? Because I don't like her being shorter than Achi. Shift M. Once I figure out how to move this up a little bit, like, does it still read as avocado that high up? And then, like, I take this. then I stretch it to absurd limits. If I move it up 1, 2. This one is the one that's going to be down 1 frame. Then I extend the legs. I mean, it's cute at that size, it's just, it's not right. I think this works. I just need to fix up this weirdness that came along with the stretching. Bring that up, still give her a little bit of butt, as I want to. There we go. This is moved up 1, copy pasta. And now we fix the legs a little bit. How does it look now? She might have the best one on there, because it's so subdued on her. I think I might need to take off this little frame so I can have this, or this little one down here. One of the girls actually do a thing like saying you're in the office, but yeah. Achi's the one that's just like going everywhere. Kind of works. School president doesn't go more. Mimyoi is being Mimyoi. I'm this close to giving a tail to it too. Removable tail. We can say things about that. Okay, we have this. Okay, I am going to do out of curiosity. Nope, it doesn't show yak. So, I'm going to have it be a full scene now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to canvas size racers. Okay, so this should be like 4:3. I'm doing math. Math is bad. Calc. 64 times 4/3. Nope. 64 times 3/4. 48. What I'm doing is I'm giving myself enough room to work in. Now then, we have that's down here. I might need to move everybody up 8 pixels or 4 pixels. I think 4 pixels is the way to go. 8's fine. 4. So every single frame nope, I don't need you. Thank you. Like so. Can I do it like this? Yes, I can. Usually I would hate that. Rare case I don't. Now that we have this, what is going to suck... So we have 3 frames. We have 8 pixels of... or we have 16 pixels of play. And I don't think 16 divided by 3 works. I don't think 32 divided by 3 works. So what do? We could have a silly 2-1 movement, which might be able to give me enough to work with, but it's going to be silly. Or we could do this quite a few times. Let's get to that when we get to that. Let's actually make the background. So... First off, that's going to match her shoe color, so that's no good. Or when I say her shoe color, I mean Cella's. Put this down here. I'm going to turn Cella back on just to see. Yeah, her shoes kind of disappear in that. Let me look up Releum just to see what their colors look like. They have their main Twitter. They had some videos on there. Speaking of which, if I mute it, I can watch one of those videos and figure out what the heck I'm going to do. Mute tab. So they have a color theming, and I think they had some, like, fake office stuff. Okay, that's a release. They have Cityscape. They have color-themed background. Well, they have the stage thing, which I could probably work with. Which is more orange than anything. So, if I go with... let's go with this dark gray, because it doesn't mess with anyone. And then we have this color, which I don't think is on Mimyoi. We could have her... we could have them be on the stage that they were shown on. So, Mimyoi fine on that. Her ears kind of get lost, but I'll live with it. You gotta make your sacrifices. Okay. So, I want to have... Mimyoi, please. Okay, thank you. Get back to the 8x8 grid. Actually, I should be going like 16 by 16 because this is now at... now at... how should I say it? Sorry, I'm braining a little bit. This is now at background sprite tiles, which are 32 by 32. That's just how they work. You have 4 colors on them. I won't be doing it that exactly, but I need to be cognizant of it. And the calculator says 64 divided by 3 is not enough. So, if we move them faster, okay, first off, let me just, we'll do it 2 pixels at a time. We'll see if they sync up, otherwise I cry later. But right now, 1, 2. And then we just fill this in. Nothing too insane here. 1, 2. And then we just need to have 8 of these, which is going to suck, but it is what it is. Oh, I did that on 2. Okay. Copy. Pasta. 1, 2. Okay, now we make a new frame. Now it goes the other way, because we're going forward. 1, 2. Actually, wait. I'm going backwards. 1, 2, 1, 2. I am mixing myself. Anyways, give me 1 second to rectify my mistakes and actually have them move forward on stage. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'm still terrified how Ace Sprite keeps stuff off the edge of the frame sometimes. Anyways, now we can go backwards. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oop. And then we do this couple more times. I think I'll cheat and make these 16 by 16 tiles. No, let's make it 32. That looks much nicer. I'm going to have to make more frames, but I'm going to have to be working with more frames anyways. New frame. 1, 2. Whoop. We're going to have 16 tiles to play with. And then we're going to be looping an animation on there. That's 3. The math does not check out. I'll think of something. It might just be a lot of copy pasting because I don't want to compromise. I'm a very silly person. And just because other... I'll figure out something. I might have to delete them all, then bring them imported in piece by piece from the original one. But, he'll be done. Okay, so... Oh, I didn't move this one back too. Okay. Only I just decided and didn't want to do traditional and wanted to do, you know, proper 4 frames. I could have the math right. Now I'm going to have to, like, do at the very least 2 cycles of the 3. Have this all match up. But it'll look better in the end. Wait. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is correct, right? I'm losing my brain a little bit. Okay. So this is baseline, this is moving forward. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. This is what I get for doing it in the middle. Okay. Okay, just need 6 more. Actually, one more. This is why I'm a little confused, because this is lining up. Okay, let's just tab this. This should be a... Nope, it isn't. Okay, it should be right there. That's why I'm confused. I'm looking at the wrong spot. My voice is dying. Okay, anyways. Boop, boop. You know, I'm thinking devious thoughts. Mostly if I use animation software to make one go the proper, make them both go the proper lengths, I can just compose the two and it'll be fine. Like, you know, slap one on top of each other. Also, is my math wrong and I've been doing everything badly? Probably. Okay. Then the next one is... Oh, nope, it's fine. The only issue is that we have pop in. Okay. So at this one, I have to add the line. And the line is 1 over. Okay. Oop. The line is 3 over. One, 2. This is fine. It's fine. Actually, wait, I could turn on onion skin and I should be able to see things fine. View, show onion skin. Where are you, onion skin? There it is. That's not giving much. Oh well. It was the thought. One, 2. Oh, that works so nice. You live, you learn. You get loves. As your body becomes decrepit, and you not do that correctly. Okay. Now, I would want to do all their fancy stuff, but I think I don't want to spend forever on this. And it's already been almost 2 hours. Okay. Maybe I can. Script says as he makes bad decisions. I think the line deserves to be there, just to give a little bit of something. And now I have to figure out my math of probably ending up doing 3 times 16. So, or I can have them pause at one point. So this is going to look really silly when I turn them on, because they are only synced up to the first 3 frames. And the other thing I might want to do is have these in the back go through a dimming and lighting cycle at like some point. So I want to say here we can start having it dim. The next... Let's keep that on for like 2 frames. 3 frames. 4 frames. And we can have it go black. 2. And then fade back in. 4. I just don't want it to strobe. So does this look nice? No, it doesn't. Maybe the black ones, remove that. That looks more like error than like dimming. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that doesn't work. Maybe bad idea altogether. I think we have enough in the background, unless I want to, sorry? Unless I want to cycle through colors, which could be a thing. Probably too much work right now. Okay, so if I turn on the girls, I might want to move them together a little bit more. I gave 8 pixels, maybe 4 is more appropriate. Why do they slide over like midway? Oh, because I grabbed everything. Okay. Can I just copy? Nope. So groups aren't that nice. Okay, fine. Whoops, hit layer 1. Everything resets because you gotta do that. Copy. Paste. What the heck is going on? I'm just copying and pasting pixels. Why are they... Okay, so if I copy all this, cleanse that, put that in there. Where's her legs? Or... Okay, so it's... Oh, I have that just in Mimyoi. Okay. So I can't copy groups. I love things taking forever because... Yeah, I think I'm going to have to compose this in a different way. I'm not sure how I'm going to have to do it. So first, let me save this. Actually, let me get rid of these groups. What are you doing? There we go. Okay, fine. Can't select things and move things correctly. So we have our background. We have that. So let's load this up. Load recent. The fruit salad. Okay, file. export as GIF. Can I say how many times to repeat? No, I can't. Alright, let me just do a little bit of calculator math. So 16 divided by 3 doesn't work. 32 divided by 3 doesn't work. Or, 16... Don't do math on stream. 16 divided by 3 doesn't work. 32 divided by 3. 32 divided by 3 doesn't work. 48 divided by 3 does work, but it's frames of 16. So I'd have to do this 16 times. And it's utterly painful to copy whole strips correctly because reasons. Maybe not. Okay. We're going to save this as 16 repeat. And if I go like this, I go paste, you know, it doesn't put it after the thing, it puts it like before the thing. Okay. And I just copy these and like put it at the end. I don't want to put it before. Nope, can't copy them all because, you know, you'll copy anything, but you won't copy what I want at any given time. You'll copy the whole drawing and like move it over 3 frames ago, but won't copy it when I need it. Like, okay. Planing aside, can I just drag and drop into here? Can I duplicate this? I'm going to delete it because it's not going to help me. And I can't copy through groups. Oh, I am in a pickle of a bit. So I know, like, I could program, if I could just get the pixels, I could program something to actually, you know, do this sanely. But trying to do it with the tools given is, well, giving me fits. So it doesn't want to copy things just like wholesale. Can I just like append to the end of this? No. So I would like to treat this as a single block. It doesn't want to do that. And I can't use the tag system to go like tag. Hey, I'd like to copy all these. No. And I can't even go like copy. Select something wrong and then, oh wait, no, can I? Why is it working now? And of course it expands all of them so I can't see anything. Problem is it always puts it before that and I want it at the end. What the heck? I had it. Okay. If I... Oh, and you don't do it twice. Okay. So maybe... Okay, so that's 2. That's 3. So what I'm doing, I'm actually able to copy it, which wasn't working before. And I'm selecting the first one because it doesn't matter the order. And it pushes it there. So that's 4. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. That's 8. That's 9. That's 10. That's 11. That's 12. That's 13. That's 14. That's 15. That's 16. So we should have 16. Whoop, calculate. Calculator, please. 16 times 3, so that should be 48. We have 48 frames. Okay, so we have this. I'm going to save this as 3 background. But to click each one of them because it doesn't know how to do a select right. That's why I'm keeping the tag in here. And then I select the first cell, we should be fine. Okay, I don't know why the tag decided to move off. Please just select them. I can't shift. Oh, zooming in is horrible. Okay. Ooh, that's the thing now. Okay, so we have this. We save this out. Now then, can I... Oops, please. Import into here, sprites. Import sprite sheet. No. Can I drag and drop into the timeline? No, that'd be too simple. Oh, this merger. So the last one I could think of is select everything. No, not like that. Select all this and paste. Nope, it doesn't like that because of course it doesn't like that. That'd be too simple. That'd be useful. Oh, okay. It's just pixels, and I'm selecting all the pixels. What the heck is that? Okay, so it doesn't bring it in there right. Oh, wait, this also needs to be at the correct sprite size. Okay. Canvas size, I think 48 was it. Down. There we go. And then select everything and move it up 4 pixels. I hope this works. Usually this screws me whenever I'm doing anything else. Yep, of course it doesn't. V. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I am selecting this entire line. Can I bring over that entire line? Okay, somewhat working. I have this line selected, bring it over. Okay, maybe we're actually getting this. You can't bring groups over, but you can bring individual lines. I don't know what the term is for it. And with this stupid workaround, which feels like my job, I'm able to move things that should be simpler to combine. Please, let me just look into this. So if I hit this, this should be completely seamless and we should have no problems. Perfection. Now the only thing I could think of is I might want to put an outline on the outside of it and move the characters closer to each other because Achi's right on the edge. But maybe that's fine. Okay, let's merge these down. Let's merge these down. Let's merge these down. AntiAchi is a lit. No, I think it works. The shadow is the one that has it, but yeah. Yeah, that's just going to be slightly painful. Okay, we could do it though. We just need to delete all these, and it's going to select the first and last because it's silly. Actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should be, yes, it's actually working correctly as expected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's actually working. Usually when I mess with that, it messes in ways I don't want it to, so I never touch it. Okay, I'm going to call this fruit bowl final result. Fruit bowl. Yeah, okay. Do we want to outline it? We'd have to outline it over like in here. And then like redo the whole, make 16 versions of it. Just to see. White outline. I don't think it works. It's that issue I've said before. Once you do something, you should have something done even internally. Like, I know Symphony of the Night does have outlines as such, but I don't know. I think this just might need to be it. Do we want to have something silly like Releum fruit bowl, or I don't know. I think we're good. And might be time to call it. But yeah. So we started at a bunch of million different images of what we're putting into this, and we ended up at the silliest of things. Yeah, I think we're good. Achi's properly hyperactive. Stella is properly prim. Mimyoi is Mimyoi. A little odd. In orange. I think it's good. Let's give an export for Twitter. These Twitters. Yeah, it's a little silly one. Adjust to 500. Let's adjust it to 600. Keep things easy. Actually, 500 should be fine. Just every pixel will be 5. Boop. 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 Can I drop it in here? Yes, I can. Okay. Marvelous. Okay. That little silly thing is done. I will post this up and get on with my day and let you guys get on with your day. I'll see you next week, which will probably be a longer stream, though this was kind of me getting back into things after last week being last week. Next week I think I'll be doing BB in a swimsuit, because there was a merch drop for that, and might as well strike while the iron's hot, and well, technically still summer. For that, thank you for coming, and I will see you all later. Because today was actually proper speed run. I got it done faster than expected. I was thinking this would be 3 hours, maybe 4. With that, nope. I'll let you get on with your day.